All right, so welcome everyone to Mobility and Flexibility. This is one of our more chill classes. So we'll make sure that we stretch any joints that you guys want to work on. Just let us know, let me know in the chat, or just unmute yourself and let me know. Otherwise we'll start from the chair, work our way down our body, our joints, move up to our shoulders, then also transition down to the yoga mat, and then work on some stuff there too as well, okay? So if you guys are ready, we'll go ahead and start. So getting more people. So recording started. So let's start by inhaling while looking up. Well, actually, let's open our mouth as wide as we can. Look up and let's shut our jaw. You should feel a nice stretch going on here. So again, open wide and close. Again, just continue that. Again, you should feel that nice stretch going on along your throat. So about 3 more. Very good. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and start by inhaling through your nose lightly, about 3 seconds, and exhale through your mouth. So inhale for about 3 seconds, exhale for about 8 seconds. So a long, deep breath. Really release all that air. Take all that air out. Let's do 3 more. That was a weird one. I started yawning in the middle of that, so gotta wake up. Or should be tightening up.
I have a question. Is it better to breathe through your nose or through your mouth?
Just like on a typical basis, like on a regular basis. I think whatever comes more naturally, it's usually what's advised. Sometimes, and you guys could continue doing the treatment, the exercise, or you guys could just listen in for a second. I've been to several coaches conventions, and more for athletics, and they're always asking what's best when you're running, and they always say in through your nose, out through your mouth. Some people say just do what feels more natural, but I think it's going to be one of those things where, whatever feels less effortless, whatever feels like you're doing subconsciously, not really putting a lot of thought into it, might do that. Now, there might be some instances where you might have a swollen nasal cavity, or, maybe sometimes there's, just health complications for our nostrils might get super thinned down because cartilage just tends to grow a little bit more around the nose. So it just depends. So if that starts happening, then yeah, of course you want to go with whatever's more comfortable. But from what I've seen, more on the athletic running, going on a walk type of thing, I hear more kind of like the exercise we're doing right now, in through your nose, out through your mouth. I know in high school sometimes, I think we did it once or twice. Our high school coach, he sometimes would hear us. He'd be riding his bike and he'd hear us running, and he'd hear a lot of this sound here, like, just kind of like that wheezing sound. So sometimes what he would do, so we could practice, and it wasn't the most comfortable, was he would have us go to the water fountain, put water in our mouth, and then go for a lap run, and then just breathing through the nose and not. But that also meant out through the nose too. But yeah, but that was the way that we practiced that. I typically don't practice that with my athletes too much because I just tell them, kind of do what's more natural, what feels natural to you and feels right and comfortable. So it just depends, but I'm sure there's gonna come a time where maybe it might be more comfortable to do either nose or mouth depending on your health conditions. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's like a wrong or right way. So it's all, in this larynx area down here by our throat, both tubes kind of come together. So, essentially it's going to the same area, but it's just what's going to be comfortable in this area for you. So, all right, so let's go ahead and just start palpating from our earlobes to the end of our lips. I think the passage from our mouth to our throat is a little bit wider too, so you might be able to get, a larger amount of air at once if you breathe through your mouth than through your nose directly. So yeah, but I know let's go from the end of our eyes down to the end of our lips. And just remember to mute yourselves. Right now, I forgot to do the rules on Zoom, but right now, when you come in, you will be unmuted, so just make sure you mute yourself. Otherwise, we'll hear all your conversations. So yeah. But yeah, when you get a cold or flu and your nose is stuffy, yeah, it's kind of, and it's usually one nostril is more filled up than the other. So it's not the best feeling. So it is good habit sometimes just to practice both if you catch yourself just breathing through one side only. So, all right, now we're gonna go ahead and just palpate with our soft part of our knuckles. Just palpate on your cheeks. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging or interesting, you could puff up your cheeks with air and do it at the same time. So that should spread out that skin, promote a little bit of blood flow in that area. So we could do that as well. Very good. All right. Make sure I have my water nearby. All right. So next we're gonna go ahead and start with our continue with our poofy cheeks. Okay, so get air on your cheeks, and then we're just gonna kind of switch the air left to right, up and down, so up to your upper lip and down to your lower lip. So just move that bubble of air that you have inside your mouth back and forth. Again, this one somehow does make your cheeks, your lips pretty tired. So just pace yourself. Continue doing those for the next 30 seconds. And release that air. Muscles, skin should be a little sore from that. So now we're gonna go ahead and start with our neck exercises or neck stretches, okay? So just start gently, looking left to right. Just continue. A little warm in here. Up and down. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and do neck circles. So gently just bring your neck, your head, and your shoulders, top part of your chest, top part of your back. Try to switch directions. Yes, keep going. All right. Thanks everyone who checked in. Appreciate you guys. Again, if you guys do want the video link, just leave your email address. And again, sorry for switching up the Zoom link on you guys, but if you got my email, it should have been pretty easy. All right, so let's go ahead and sit on our left hand. We'll get that left shoulder fixed so it doesn't move. We'll bring our right hand over, come across. So just a reminder, we probably have about a month left for these classes. And these are gonna be the daily classes starting in the fall, which begins, I believe, August 22nd. Summer ends around August 5th or so. Then we take about 2 weeks off, and then the summer term begins. And those classes are going to be ran a little differently, and there's going to be less live sessions going on. Let's switch. So now we're going to sit on that right hand, right shoulder's fixed. So we brought this up a couple weeks ago. The program's going in that direction. So instead of having a Monday through Friday classes and Sunday morning classes, there's only going to be 2 classes live throughout the week, but there's going to be more opportunity online for more interaction. So, you know, just throwing out some ideas. I think we might have kind of like a activity tracking type of activity in there, you know, where you could, if you have one of those activity trackers on your phone that counts your steps or tells you how many miles you walk, or maybe you even have one of those food ones that tracks how much food you've eaten, what type of foods. You could take a screenshot of that and we could upload that and, you know, use that as some type of, you know, learning mechanism, learning component. Let's go ahead and grab the backside of our head and then drop that elbow down. So I know it was also brought up to possibly incorporate a discussion board where, you know, people could just go on there and talk about, you know, recipes or, you know, advice on some previous injuries that they had in the past and what helped them get healthier or feel better. So, so that stuff will probably begin near the end of August. Like I said, the beginning of fall of term, which is August 22nd. So just just letting you guys know that, you know, sadly these day-to-day sessions won't be as long. And I believe the days that were chosen were Monday mornings at 10 and Wednesday mornings at 10 too. So let's reach up, hands up. And for those classes, I believe in order to access the Zoom link, you'll have to log into the Canvas portal. And there'll be some training on that. I believe it's not too challenging. Like I said, it's just probably like another website where you have a username and a password. And then there's going to be a bunch of little, well, not a bunch, depends how many classes you're taking, but there should be some tiles. And you just click on that tile and that's going to be linked to one of my 2 classes. So yeah, so I'm hoping you folks could get into both of them. And I think Monday, let's reach right. Monday might be like our easy mobility, flexibility, and balance class. And then Wednesday might be like our more upbeat class. And then, yeah, if people, are willing to meet maybe for like a little walk on some trails at Irvine Regional Park or somewhere, maybe we can meet at some point, go for a walk or like a live workout. Maybe we could even test those waters out too. So let's lean left. Have little competitions. So yeah, so if you guys have any ideas, I know someone gave me the idea of the recipes for food, so I like that a lot. Very good. Okay, now we're gonna go with some lateral shoulder raises. So just right here, soft to the side. I know I'll be putting up some videos on health, some articles. So we'll kind of trying to make like a one-stop for all like health and fitness related topics, from sleep to footwear to talk about shampoos and what shampoos work for you and which ones don't. Very good. Cool. All right, now we're going to do the wall glides. So similar to shoulder press, but shoulder press would be here. Wall glide would be more tucked in and going over this way. Okay, so let's do some wall glides. A little bit more open. So please throw me ideas. You could unmute yourself and shout things out, or you could send me an email with ideas and do it all. All right, very good. That one gets my upper back pretty tired. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and just do some shoulder circles. So over here, just rotate our shoulders.
Leo, I was thinking of maybe some education on our age level for sugar, a number of grams of sugar for our age level, and just more health conscious eating.
Yeah, definitely. I know I actually took some, let's reverse. I show a lot of the Dr. Joe videos with the stretching, and then Dr. Berg, he has a lot of videos that I agree with, probably more that I agree with than the ones that not. But I feel like every once in a while he has a video where I'm just like, I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one that he mentioned. I saw it maybe, I'd say close to a year ago, maybe like 8 months ago, and it was on sugar content, how much sugar you should be eating. And I think he mentioned the number 30 grams. And I really took that to heart and incorporated that 30 grams. Let's go ahead and do our cat scratches. So we're gonna go up and then just reach and come back straight and back down. So you guys continue those. I'll just continue on the sugar. You guys give me about 10 of those. So I had a client who, we probably lost about 15 pounds. He was at 220, lost 15 pounds. And that was mainly by changes in his nutrition, physical activity levels, mainly those changes. And then he hit a plateau and he was unhappy because he was eating everything else asking him to eat. And then, what do you call it? He was exercising a lot. So I told him, I was like, hey, let's try this thing. I just heard about it. I'm pretty curious and I think it could work and it makes sense. So let's try not to eat more than 30 grams of sugar per day. And, you know, he was at 205 pounds when we started that. And then now he's at 168 pounds. So he lost, yeah, about 35 pounds after we started that practice of the sugar. So yeah, but yeah, that was, I'll try to find more information on, yeah, maybe on like 50 plus year olds. So we could do that too. But yeah, we could, any stuff like that, yeah, just throw it at me.
Also, I think I also mentioned about hormone levels preventing us from losing weight.
Right, let me write all these things down. I forget. You guys keep going. You guys can relax if you can. All right. Very good. So go ahead and do that. So now let's go up and down. Hey, Julie, welcome back. We missed you. How's it like being a grandma?
I love it. How's your son?
He's 4 months old and he is beautiful and smiles all the time
Oh,
and cries a lot when he's hungry. But yeah, grandma's here, and before grandma was here, he was eating 4 ounces. Now he's up to 6 ounces. So yeah, so grandma, due to grandma, now he has some big old round cheeks. So let's go ahead and bring our elbow, shoulder up, and then let's drop. Your grandson is about a month old now? Maybe, no, about 2 months old now.
no, he's about a month and 3 days.
Oh, okay.
He's up to 3 ounces, but he was born 1 month prematurely, so he's a little underweight.
Okay. Yep, just like,
But he's up to 9 pounds now, so that's not too bad.
oh, good, yeah. Yeah, my son was a month early too, and then now he got weighted last week, and he was 5 pounds, 6 ounces, and he was born, and then now he's at 14 pounds. So he's almost tripled in size.
Wow.
Yeah, and he just started the switch. He just started feeding on that little soft cereal. So he just started with that, and then my mom says that his gums are beginning to swell a little bit. So I guess now he's about to teeth. But yeah, like my cousin, she has a 6-month-old, and her daughter has 2 little teeth, you know, in her bottom lip and on her bottom jaw. And I don't know, like once they have teeth, like I feel like a part of like their babyness is gone. It's like, you know, it kind of made me sad. I saw her like, oh, you look so much older with teeth. And I feel like when his tooth finally comes out, I'm gonna, I don't know, maybe I'll cry, who knows. So, but yeah, yeah, they're so little, and then they grow so fast. And everyone told me and everyone warned me, you know, make sure you watch them grow because they grow up fast. And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And yeah, sure enough, you know, baby's 3 times the size. So elbows up here. Let's separate. So yeah, so he was premature. Now he's 4 months old, and now he's wearing 6-month-old clothes. So yeah, he's big right now.
All those exercise classes you do with him.
I'm sorry?
All those exercise classes you do
Right,
with him.
yeah.
Lifting weights.
Yeah. All of that.
My son was 10 pounds when he was born.
How many?
10.
Oh my goodness.
He's 6'5" now. He's 22.
Jeez.
But he was wearing clothes like 6 months when he was a month old.
Wow.
He was really big.
Yeah, that's a big boy. That's awesome. All right. I should kind of work on that scapula in our back. So, all right. So next we're gonna go ahead and then, so we did front raises, side. Now let's do our door opener. So elbow in, and then let's just go in and out. So again, just working on that shoulder joint a little bit, and also helping out with the tricep and bicep movements. Yeah, that's it's just it's funny, like, you know, he reacts to certain words and certain tones in different ways. And one of my clients just telling me about some books for babies of his age. You know, I think some black and white books. I've never heard of them, but she said that it's supposed to help with their vision a little bit. So, but yeah, it's, I don't know, it's, you know, like I told my wife, like, and then yeah, you're talking about size. So I'm 5'8" and she's 5'6". So you know, so she's tall on her end and I'm short on mine. But so hopefully the baby will get her genes when it comes to height. So let's go. I'll go in, then out. But yeah, so she wants another, and you know, I've been overwhelmed, and I'm like, I think I'm good right now with what we have, and everyone's telling me, well, you know, maybe when the baby's older and you're gonna miss that toddler baby, you know, having that around maybe then. And you know, he's at 4 months now, and I feel like I'm starting to like miss him, even though I have him. You know, it's one of those things, but we'll see. When I was younger, I wanted 8 kids, you know? When I was like 10 years old, I'm like, I want 8 kids, and I grow up. And now I'm like, oh, I think one's okay. So, all right, very good. All right, so we did our shoulders. So now we're gonna go ahead and do our triceps. So palms are facing the camera, just coming down. Yeah, I'm one of 3. I have a younger sister and an older sister. And then my wife is one of 8. So, and she has an identical twin sister. So for a second, we thought we might have twins, but I think it skips a generation from what I hear. All right, very good. All right, now we're gonna just work on trying to make sure that we get every muscle group. Now let's just do regular bicep curls. So just make sure your palms when they're down, they're facing the camera, and then on the way up. Let's go cross curls. So again, with just one hand opposite chest. And just trying to work every muscle group, move those joints in all the ways they're meant to be moved. Very good. Awesome. So let's go ahead and work on our forearm. We're going to start climbing down our body. So again, forearm is hanging a couple inches off my knee. Then I'm just going to let it hang, and I'm going to push down on it. So I should feel a stretch right on that forearm. Push back. Nice. Going to switch sides. Then let it hang. Push. And then next, next week on Thursday and Friday, I will be on the road, so I will send videos for those 2 days. Just a heads up. So that's for next week. All right, very good. We're gonna work on our joints on our fingers. Okay, so we're gonna work and doing that by bringing each finger to the center of our hand. And we try to do that by keeping each finger straight without bending any knuckles. So just each finger. My pinky's still a little bit messed up from last week when I jammed it. All right, now let's bend at every knuckle and bring that to the center of our hand. Let's make a fist. And release. All right, now let's try to separate each finger away from each other. So just wide hand. Very good. All right, let's work on the opposite hand now. So again, just one finger at a time, keeping each finger straight. So yeah, maybe we could have like little steps competition. Who gets the most steps, or if someone has a weight loss goal, people that are interested in weight loss, they could have a, not so much a competition, but maybe something where we could keep each other motivated. So we could do a lot of things with the upcoming classes. All right, let's bring each knuckle in. There's a lot of different nutritional programs now, or I wouldn't call them diet programs because most people follow them for a while and now become a lifestyle, but there's a lot of nutritional programs now. So, people that have experience with like keto or pescatarian, or they're vegan or vegetarian, we could have conversations of those topics, and maybe some pros, some cons, some things that you missed, maybe some things that you didn't know about that now you do that you wish you would have known 10 years ago. So it's nice finding out that information. Let's go ahead and spread our fingers. So again, just as wide as you can. Relax and wide. Let's continue. All right, and then again, make a fist. Open. Very good. All right, awesome. Let's go ahead and bring now we're gonna move down to our lower body, okay? So let's go ahead and bring our right foot on our left knee. So we could still do recordings, but those recordings will probably be linked to Canvas again, because even though we're still meeting less, you're still responsible to be active on that Canvas page for a certain amount of hours throughout the week. So that's why we're having all these extra little things in there. So even if you miss a workout, couldn't make it for some reason, the recording link will be left on, within that Canvas tile or Canvas, page. So let's push down. Let's come up, plug that knee. So I know Terry is out in the Ventura area out there. Is everyone else in Orange County, pretty much? No? Debbie, you're kind of like Claremont area or something? No? Yeah, okay. Monrovia area?
I know that Joe is in Clovis, which
Oh, in
is right outside of Fresno.
Yeah. We race in at Woodward Park in Fresno, maybe once or twice a year. So I'll be there twice this year. So maybe Joe, if you're out there, come cheer us on. So, Kathleen?
Lake Forest, Orange County.
Okay, nice. There's some good trails out there. Go ahead, switch legs. Yeah, I'm just trying to get an idea. Yeah, maybe if like a weekend hike would work or something someday. All right.
Whiting Ranch is really fun.
Where was that?
Whiting,
Okay.
I think it's Whiting Ranch. It's in Foothill Ranch.
Okay. Is that near like just above Tustin?
Yes, a little bit more on the hill.
Okay. Let's push down on that knee. Yeah, I was just watching a documentary over the weekend too, and I just thought about Orange County because I'm in Lakewood, so right on the border of LA County, Orange County. So, but there is it's called, I think, Worst Roommates. And I thought it was just gonna be about like, people just being loud and obnoxious and dirty dishes. And there is this one of like, let's switch. There's this hospice lady in Sacramento that I don't know how many bodies she had in her backyard. Just pretty gruesome too. It was like I think a 90-year-old lady who poisoned a lot of the people staying with her, and she just claimed them missing. And then I think the next episode, it's very good there. Let's go ahead and just recline back, grab a hold, press the knee, we're gonna do some leg extensions. There's another lady who needed, and this was in the city of Orange, I think. And maybe you guys remember, but this was in the year 2013. And I think, this lady, probably in her mid 30s, had a roommate or needed a roommate, and she found someone on Craigslist, which might not be like the best spot to kind of recruit individuals. But yeah, she found someone on Craigslist, and long story short, the guy that moved in with her fell in love with her, and and all she was doing just being a roommate. So let's bring that knee a little bit more. He fell in love with her, and like she wanted nothing to do with it, and she was trying to kick him out, and all of a sudden she goes missing. and yeah, and you know, let's switch. News reporters are interviewing him and family, and of course he's looking for her too. And you know, pretty much he ended. I don't want to ruin it if someone's gonna watch the documentary, but I'm just telling it because it was in Orange County. But and you guys are probably familiar with some of like the areas, but I think they found her not too far from is it Santiago Canyon? Yeah, college, which is our sister school from Santa Ana. So they found her there, I think, on the dried riverbed. So it's that story. But yeah, sorry if I just turned the mood a little sad. So anyways, hopefully your hamstrings are being stretched out right now, feeling good. All right, let's go with hip openers. Then we're facing forward. Knee comes off to the side. Try to stay upright. As upright as you can. Let's make sure we have almost a 90-degree angle here. We'll switch.
I remember one year when it was the 4th of July and there was a threat to LAX. Do you recall that? It was back maybe in 2010 or something like that. Anyway, they were trying to find the dude who was, I don't know if he killed anyone, but there was a threat of a shooter in LAX. Well, he was
Caffrey's.
found to be living in Orange County, well, Irvine.
Oh.
So I'm watching the fireworks and there's all kinds of swarms of helicopters coming around. We're thinking,
Yeah.
what the hell's happening?
Yeah. That's. Oh, so they had down the street from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I think when so I grew up in East LA, probably up until I was about 10 years old, and we moved to Pico Rivera, which you know at the time we thought was like a huge upgrade, and you know my parents were super happy moving to like a nicer area, nicer neighborhood, and you know we moved in. We went from like a 2.5 bedroom house to like a 5 bedroom house, and each kid had their own room, and we loved it. And it was the best thing ever. And anyways, you know, I think it was our first night, and it just what's funny is that it never happened again. Nothing even close. But on our first night there at our new home, now we're gonna do toe raises. So heels down, toe raises. You know, we started hearing the helicopter saying something, and then we could see the spotlight like around our house, and then we could see it like going up and down the street, and then it starts going into like people's backyards, and you know we go to like the back rooms, and we're just watching through our back rooms like what's going on back here because you see the spotlight, and sure enough, like you know the spotlight is going through people's backyards, and then it goes over our backyard. And you just see this guy jumping a fence into our backyard and then jumps to another, to our neighbor's house. And he just kept on jumping fences. And yeah, he was trying to get away from the cops. But I remember just having that conversation with my dad, like being like, I thought this was a safer neighborhood. And but yeah, nothing like that ever happened again. But I always gave him a hard time about that. So let's go with our ABCs. But yeah, it's crazy when stuff like that happens, and you know, I don't know, especially so close to home. Like it was super sad. I'm sure you guys remember. I don't know if it was earlier this year or late last year about you know the shooting on the freeway. You know that was super sad with the little boy getting hit, and I don't know, it's just, a lot of people need help out there. Again, our ABCs. Just continue. Switch sides. All right, let me see. Settings messing everyone up. A lot of popping on my ankles today. All right, once we've done that, let's go ahead. If you have a sock, grab a sock. You gotta work on our arches a little bit. Probably the only day of the week our arches get any attention. So let's go ahead, and if you have a golf ball or a little lacrosse ball, go ahead and grab that too. I started watching a crime documentary on Netflix. I stopped. I need to go back to it, but it's called The Staircase, or Staircase. But it seems pretty interesting. So let's go ahead. If you have your rag or your sock, let's go ahead and then just grab a hold of your sock, pick it up, drop it, and try to spread again. Yeah, so that's what we do, and we have no plans on the weekends, just hang out. This week we went to the Aquarium of the Pacific. I've never been, but pretty cool. Got some nice tanks. So what else? Sunday we just prepped up because we're hosting family for 4th of July. So just out here cleaning, organizing. You can just grab, pick up, drop, activate those tendons, your arches. I don't know why I just switched socks. Like I'm working on my other foot now. And I put away my right sock and grab my left sock like it matters. It does not matter. So. One more. Right. Now we want to go with that lacrosse ball or a tennis ball. Or I probably try to upgrade from a tennis ball. Just one day, go walking by a golf course. I'm sure you'll see some golf balls out there. Maybe take one or two of them, clean them up, and then you can use them for this. So again, we're just gonna roll our arches on them. It's funny, we got this pretty big trampoline in our backyard recently. And, you know, one of my concerns was that the grass underneath the trampoline was gonna die because of not getting enough sun. And what's actually happening is it's growing more underneath because I think the switch, the sun was drying out the exposed grass. I'm just taking a look outside right now, and grass is thriving under the trampoline. It's actually pretty scary. It bounces really high, so I feel like the kid again in that thing. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and put the chair away. We'll put that chair away. We're gonna grab our, well, I'm gonna grab the foam roller. If you have a broomstick, go ahead and grab that. So again, we're gonna work on our shoulders. So I'll give you guys a,
Trampoline helps the core, doesn't it?
sorry?
Trampoline helps the core muscles.
Maybe I need to look into that. If that's true, then I'll be in there a little bit longer. I mean, it makes sense. You gotta have like strong balance, so you know, especially with someone else in there. So makes sense. I know those little trampolines. So once sometimes there's gym classes with them for sure. I feel like that way. This is less controlled. So, but who knows? All right, so let's go ahead and start swinging left to right. Let's focus on the left shoulder. All right, 30 degrees forward. So no one told me that gray hairs grow faster than typical brown or black hairs. I've probably gotten more gray hairs in the last year than the rest of my life. And you know, if I go like 2 weeks without a haircut, those long gray hairs just pop out even more. Before I used to have like 1 or 2 and I would pluck them here and there. Like now it's not even. I feel like I pluck 1 and 2 come out. Stop there. Let's go forward. Now back. All right, right shoulder. Thirty degrees forward. $60. So popping. That 60-degree angle gives my, it's not discomfort, but there's always this little popping on my right shoulder. It's 90 degrees. 90 and 30 degrees, nothing. It's just 60 degrees. So yeah, sometimes just tendons. There might be a little, rigid spot on the bone, or just the way it rubs against another tendon. There might be a little bit of popping or noise. But you should be okay if there's no pain. And let's go back. All right, very good. Now we're going to go behind the back. Here you go, up and down. And now we're gonna bring them back this way. Very good. All right, we could put that away. Let's set up our yoga mat. Here we're gonna do our back stretches now. Set up that yoga mat. A little closer. All right, so we're gonna be belly down. Okay, so we're gonna just bend our quadruped position. And we're gonna start here. We're gonna arch our back up. So again, remember you start off by having your wrists right below your shoulders, knees right below your hips, arched up, and bring your glutes to your heels. And drop your knees and hold it here for about 30 seconds. Reset. And we're going to go ahead and shuffle off to the side. Okay, and arch up. So I'm going to shuffle to my right side, arch up, and bring my hips back to my glutes. You should feel that on your left side, your ribs, your left back. Reset, and come back to the left side. Arch up, come back. Set. Very good. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead, lay flat on our bellies. Okay, and we're just gonna rest on our elbows. So slight little slope, little bend on our backs. We're just gonna hang out here for about 30 seconds. All right, hands at your side. Let's push, push up. So a little bit more of a stretch here. Make sure you're breathing. And again, just relax. If you want, you could bring your glutes back to your heels. And lean back. Okay, very good. All right, we're gonna get on our backs. I want you to reach in front of you with your toes, behind you with your hands. Okay, so just reach for about 20 seconds. Just keep on reaching. All right, now let's get into sit-up position here. So just on your back still, knees are here. You have your arms out, but what I want you to do is just, we're gonna do some knee drops, okay? So we're gonna drop our knees off to your right side, then to your left. So we're gonna do 8 on each side. You can just here, your back stays flat on the floor. Okay, so 8 on each side. Oh, excuse me. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and do our book openers, okay? So on our side, okay, so almost like a James Bond here, but we're gonna tuck in our knees, right hand out, stack your left hand on it, and follow the left hand all the way back. We're gonna do 10 on each side. Two more from the left on each side. Fall on the left side. All right. Once you've done that, we're gonna sit sides. And one here, tuck in. Now on my left side, stack and open up. Yes, keep going. Finish your 10. Just gonna check the chat. Sounds good, Miss Phil. All right. We're just gonna do a couple more. So stay on our back. Okay, we're gonna bring our knee, right knee to our chest. Take this here, just hold it, almost like you're holding the high knee. Should feel a little bit of a stretch on your glute. You might feel it on your hip flexor. We'll switch.
And the last one that we'll do.
We'll get in this kneel position here. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead, almost like in a lunge. We're gonna lean forward, just back. Okay? So you get a nice stretch in your Achilles down here. Back. Also stretches out your hamstring a little bit, your hip flexors. About 8 on each side. Start here. Three, 4, 5. All right, guys, ladies, should be good. Got about an hour 15 of stretching. Any questions before we head out? Hopefully that was a nice first day back from a long weekend for some of you guys.